the views are out of this world.
This thing is unbelievable. It sounds incredible.
Golly gee, everybody, look at that.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Welcome to another episode of Drive. You're probably wondering what on earth I'm doing and where we are. Well, let's rewind it back to the very start of this journey so you can see why I'm standing in a big puddle of water with a stick and in desperate need of a shower.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling? Hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
As you may already know, this season of Drive TV is all about adventure. Now, I feel like I've been quite the adventurer already on Drive TV episodes. I've been surfing, abseiling, I've ridden through sand dunes, but what I'm doing now is a different kind of adventure. I am heading off-road, and let me tell you that except for when I was younger and mucking around on my family farm, I've never actually been off-roading, but I'm up for the challenge. Now, some of the drives you've already seen and the adventures we've taken might look a little bit daunting, especially for some first-timers, so we do encourage you to head out with your friends, or in this case, a lot of friends.
That's right, I've joined the Isuzu iVenture Club. As an Isuzu owner, you can sign up for trips just like this one to either learn how to use your vehicle off-road or to advance your skills. The best part, these events take you to some of Australia's most breathtaking and challenging off-roading destinations. Along with the right attitude and some thermals, I've brought a vehicle that will no doubt get the job done. This is the Isuzu D-Max X-Terrain, which sits at the top of the D-Max lineup. It packs a 3-litre, 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine, capable of 140 kilowatts and 450 newton metres. It gets plenty of standard kit, including a rear diff lock, tyre pressure monitoring system, electric driver's seat with lumbar support, wireless Apple CarPlay, wired Android Auto, leather-scented interior trim, heated front seats, matte black roller cover, and tailgate assist, just to name a few.
If you're not an Isuzu owner, then never fear, because you can come and do this all on your own, because these roads are accessible to the public. If you do have a vehicle that's capable of off-roading and you're a first-timer like me and want to learn with the experts, then I do encourage you also to join a community, or there are plenty of clubs out there as well, so you can experience this yourself. Right now, we are at the top of Blue Rag. It is absolutely magical. Come on out here and see what this beautiful country has to offer. The air is freezing cold. I can hardly feel my hands, but there's a bit of sun that's catching the gorgeous mountains. Two things to take out of this. You can come and enjoy this yourself. And this vehicle here is showroom standard, so you don't need all those bells and whistles and crazy modifications to tackle something like this. One of the best ways to learn is to jump straight into the deep end, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're tackling one of the most challenging tracks, not just in Victoria, but in Australia. It is the Blue Rag track in the Victorian High Country. It's also known as one of the most scenic tracks in Victoria because it has beautiful views over the Alpine National Park, and best to come at the time that we're coming. It's autumn, and the autumn leaves and the trees are just spectacular. Now, we're going to be around 1,600 metres above sea level, which means, yes, this area is prone to snow. No snow at the moment. In fact, the sun is shining. It is very cold outside though. But if we are going to tackle this trail, then we're going to need a more than capable vehicle, just like the one that we're in now.
One fun fact, if you didn't already know this, D-Max actually means diesel maximum. You learn something new every day. As mentioned earlier, this packs a 3-litre 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. Okay, it's not the toughest on the market, but it gets points for its refinement. It's very relaxed in the way of its delivery, doesn't startle you with power, but produces power in a relaxed and effortless manner, and that's something you want on a drive just like this one. Like a lot of utes today, you expect them to do everything. There's got to be a good balance of a comfortable everyday tourer and feel at home at the highway, but it should also be built for adventure too. And something else these vehicles are known for is their efficiency. It's got a claimed consumption of 8 litres per 100 kilometres, but on this trip we've been sitting a little bit higher at around the 10s, something you can expect in conditions just like these. But let me tell you, we are far from a service station out here, but thankfully that's nothing we'll need to worry about until we hit the road and head back to Melbourne.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line, engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pour through the turns. Their prowess is potent and secretly stern.
We started our trip from Melbourne, and then it's around 3.5 hours, give or take, to get to our very first stop, which was Bright. And it's just one of the most beautiful regions and many others within this area that you have to explore. It's then a drive all the way up Great Alpine Road, and there are some gorgeous views along the way. You get some glimpses of the forest and the hills, beautiful trees. And be safe too, because there are plenty of tight hairpins, twists and turns. It's quite challenging, but a really fun drive. And of course, we landed at the start of our off-roading adventure. Clicked it over into 4-wheel drive high. Quite bumpy at the moment, going through some gravel, but the challenge ahead awaits. So I'm attempting my first hill, everyone, in low range. Oh, yep, got that. Oh, this looks scary. It's getting a little bit hairy. I feel like I'm winging this a little bit. And we're up the hard bit. Okay, so we actually had to stop there, do a bit of a take two, because someone didn't leave enough air in their tyres, so they couldn't make it up the second hill. And I really, there we go. And over the third hill. So tyre pressure is obviously extremely important, but I really don't know if it's the best to be sitting behind someone and watching them not make it, because it makes you even more nervous, but so far so good. I've been driving for an hour or so now, and I'm certainly a lot less stressed and beginning to find my feet. I think that's because I'm finally trusting in this car. Credit to it, it is more than capable, and it's got all those systems that you can rely on. It's kind of like when you are driving a race car around a track and you have an instructor beside you and he's telling you to go around the corner at a high speed, and you think, no way it's going to slip out of me. Well, it's exactly the same situation here. You've got all the systems, they work perfectly, and you just need to trust in the car. I think the other great thing about being in a group is that You've got a convoy, so a lot of people ahead of you can tell you what to expect, what's coming up. We've also got some communication on the radio as well. So that really helps when you're a beginner like I am, and I certainly can't see myself tackling something like this on my own. While it is great to have experts around you and people assisting you over the radio, I think you have to bring a level of skill to this as well. So I've become a lot more confident in where to position my wheels. I know when to use the throttle, when not to, and I know when to now put it in low range and high range. How can I possibly summarise Blue Rag for you? Well, let me just tell you that I think one of the greatest parts about it is that it is suited to all levels. So if you're a beginner like I am, or even if you're a bit more advanced, like a lot of people that are in our group, they're still finding it really exciting and challenging. And then there's the scenery, some of the best that you will find in not just Victoria, but in Australia as well. You get the valleys, the mountains, the beautiful trees, especially the autumn leaves falling. It really does look stunning. And when you look out the window, I can tell you now that it actually looks like a photo, and that's why we tell you to come and experience it for yourself. Of course, there's a lot of different challenges. You get a lot of inclines, declines, lots of undulations, tough terrain, and river crossings as well. So there is something for everyone to enjoy.
Like anything, over time, I became more and more confident as the day rolled on. It's amazing what you can achieve when you take a deep breath and listen. And while I'm getting into the groove of my own, I thought I may as well make the most of the experts, especially to assist me through some of the more challenging sections of this trail. Enter lead trainer David Wilson.
The Victorian High Country holds this, this special place in a lot of four-wheel drivers' hearts, and getting up into the high country and tackling the Blue Rag track is one of those things that you've got to do. And it is an epic little drive. You know, there's lots of challenging bits in there, lots of low range usage. Look, in terms of degree of difficulty, I don't think it's especially difficult. I've driven a whole lot more that I would say offers up a greater challenge, but I think the balance here we're striking is accessibility. So on this trip, we're taking a bunch of, in some cases, novice drivers with pretty stock standard cars for the most part, and we've managed to take those chariots from the bottom of that hill all the way to the top and celebrate that moment. I think that's what a lot of people hold near and dear to their heart.
Just a young gun with a quick fuse. I was uptight, wanna let loose. I was dreaming of bigger things and wanna leave my old life behind. Not a yes sir, not a follower.
So Emma, we have a nasty looking bog hole up here. I'm not going to paint it any other way. And we have to pick our way through here very gently. So the main focus of this is to keep your steering straight. Now, even though there is a subtle little deviation in this track, and you might think I need to steer to do that, once the wheels fall into those ruts, the ruts are going to guide us through to the other end. So your focus is to keep the steering wheel in that position for the whole journey. We're going to do this in second gear low range, because first is too slow, second's just right. We're just going to amble into the water and then we'll accelerate out the other side. And fingers crossed, we'll exit spectacularly. Otherwise, you and I have to jump out of the car and get a bit grubby.
Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. All right, so I've got a bit of brake on at the moment. But
That's all right, just as we roll up to it.
Let go of the brake now.
In a sec. So just as we get up to that piece of timber there,
Yeah.
as the car rolls into the water, then start to accelerate out the other side.
All right.
So straight steering, off the brakes now. That's it. Okay, power on, resist the urge to steer. Power on now. Give us a bit of engine speed. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Bit of slip slide. Yay!
Oh, thank God. That would have been really embarrassing if I didn't get that in front of a whole team of camera people.
Yeah. We're lucky the base was good.
Well, we tested that out earlier, didn't we? Thank you.
High five to you.
Awesome.
Yes, I did test that earlier. If you were wondering why I willingly jumped into a big mud puddle, it's because I did my research. And one of the things that came up was that if you're in doubt, check it out. While I like to think that I was assisting, really the experts did all the heavy lifting. I did it because no one thought I'd be brave enough to follow through on my promise. But I'm a woman of my word.
Okay, so I'm currently sitting in a line watching everyone approach the most challenging part of this trip. There's this huge rock wall and then a river crossing after it. Sitting here, just the anticipation that it's building is, yeah, I'm definitely a little bit scared.
Can't stop, addicted to the shindig. Chop top, it says I'm gonna win big. Juice now.
I actually went up to have a look and I've seen people having to make corrections, reverse out of this. Doesn't make me feel very calm.
To stay firm. In time, I want to be your best friend. East side love is living on the west end. Knock out the ball, you better come to. Don't die, you know the truth is some do. White heat is screaming in the jungle. Complete the motion if you stumble. Go ask the dust for any answers. Come back strong with 50 million. Well,
I'm just watching someone go through at the moment and they're instructing turn by turn, second by second, but his wheel just went right in the air, left wheel up. All right, we're up.
That's it. Keep going forwards. Okay, start to make your turn. So turn in towards me now. Bit more right. Give it a big whack to the right. Hard right. That's it. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. Okay, pause there. Just start to rotate your steering to the left for me. That's good. Now come forward again. And pause there. And a little bit left again. Okay. Keep that steering angle for me. The right-hand rear wheel's about to go light, and you might find the nose drops into this gully here, so just keep doing what you're doing.
I feel like I'm gonna fall out of the front of the car.
Oh, nice. Very good. All right, a little bit forward. Now give me your right hand. That's it. More right, more right. That's good. Now straighten up. Out towards me a bit. Out to the right again. Idle forward, idle forward.
So close, so
Out to the left
close.
again, just a little. And you should be a free agent from there.
It's like a workout.
Now.
Okay.
There
Oh,
we go. Toe bar touch
feel
down
that
there.
thump. Woo!
Well done, young lady.
Woohoo! Imagine I got through it and then just got bogged in the river. Woo! Oh, breathe.
Well done, Em.
That was really stressful. Stress is at an all-time high. Mic drop. I'm out for the day. Throughout this trip, I'm sure I seemed pretty stressed at times, but I promise you, behind that stress was a very happy girl. It certainly exceeded my expectations, and I encourage you to come and experience Blue Rag and the Victorian High Country for yourself. I think one of the best parts about being included in this event was that we got to surround ourselves with some incredible people, and that included the experts who talked us through every situation step by step in a more than capable vehicle. This managed to conquer everything that we threw at it. And now it's time for a good wash, and I don't just mean the D-Max.
We took off from Melbourne for this adventure, but the real journey started in the stunning town of Bright. The first day involved a trip of around 80 kilometres before reaching the Blue Rag trig point. Here we experienced the greatest view of the high country before travelling back to Bright for the night. The second day was a little longer with plenty more challenges as we travelled along Goldie's Spur Track, Rose River and parked up in the lovely Mansfield for the evening. On next week's show, I go off the grid on the hunt for clear night skies in central New South Wales. That's next week on Drive.